What up? What up? What up? What's good? Welcome to another show, one of the dopest shows on YouTube where we talk about everything under the sun. I'm your host, Courtnee Edgar. So tonight, um, breaking news for those of y'all who don't know what happened. There has been tragic news that happened earlier today. Um, Charlie Kirk has been shot and he has been unalived. It's a tragic accident, and to be quite honest with you, nobody expected this at all. Nobody expected this to happen. A person who was advocating for the things that he believed in, family, God, doing things the right way, traditional, a traditional man overall, 31 years old, because you had a coward who decided to unalive him because a difference of an opinion. A difference of an opinion. So before I get started, I want to give a moment of silence to Charlie Kirk and to his family as well. So normally what I like to do, the main topics, I like to talk about it mid, in the middle of the show. So that way, just that's just how I like to do it. Like to go into the icebreakers first, and then we talk about the main topics and things like that. But today I want to talk about this first and give my thoughts and opinions on it. In the situation in regards to the updates that's been going on and just everything that's just happened today. Is a tragic accident. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. Give my thoughts and opinions on it. You guys let me know in the comments what you think as well. And if there's any updates as well that you have come across that I don't know about, so I can definitely report on here as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. First and foremost, I'm not gonna show the entire video because of course I don't know what YouTube, I don't know as far as the guidelines go, as far as the graphics of it. And I don't even want that on my account. I'm already a small enough account. I don't want them banning my shit, right? So I'm gonna play just a little bit of it, everything that leads up to it. And then after that, then we'll kind of just go into it, different things, new updates, and all this. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Like. It's free to like the live stream. I'm not asking you for money. All right. So let's get into it. So just after he put that microphone down, that's when it happened, right? That's exactly when it happened, before, he was taken from this earth. So first and foremost, I want to say this to the person who decided to do this: you're a coward, 110%. You are a coward. You wanted to snipe him. You had to snipe him. That's what you had to do. You wanted to snipe him. You couldn't meet this man face to face, have a conversation with him, because you felt some type of way about the things that he said and the things that he stood on, regardless if you agreed or disagreed with him. Nothing warrants a person being unalived simply because a difference of a fucking opinion, bro. I never understood anything like this. Never in my life have I ever seen in a situation like this somebody decided to off a person just because they thought differently from them. Where the fuck is this world going to? What are we out here doing? Are we that far removed from the world? Are we that far removed from God to the point that everything that we do, we just fucking go ape shit? Or is it just the fact that you just a fucking demon? What is it? What if it's that you just a fucking demon? But we're gonna get to the demon part. We're gonna get to that. I want to show something. I want to show something else really quick. Just give me a second. I want to show something else. because the more you know, the more you know. That's all I'm gonna say. The more you fucking know. So let's talk about MSNBC and the slight that they threw at Charlie Kirk in this situation, right? I'm gonna play two different videos. All right? So let's go ahead and dive in.
This happens.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and again, to emphasize what you just emphasized, we don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about.
In which a shooting like this.
So
happens.
y'all heard that?
Yeah, and again, to emphasize what you just emphasized, we don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea.
The supporter shooting his gun off in celebration. The supporter shooting his gun off at a celebration. The supporter. Where in the fuck does that make sense? You're on a college campus. For those people who don't know about Utah Valley ain't that type of place where you're going to carry a gun. Utah Valley is not the place where you're going to carry a gun. At all. In celebration. So you making a mockery of the situation. You just said some stupid shit. That's exactly what you just did. But hold on. It gets worse. Peep this shit out. It gets worse. Watch this.
And that then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt,
and that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Turning Point USA has confirmed that he was shot. And there are a number of
then lead.
So you telling me that because I have a difference of opinion than you do, because I may say some shit and stand on business, not disrespectfully. I'm just going to tell you what the truth is, because apparently you telling somebody the truth is disrespectful for whatever reason that is. I'm telling you the reality of the situation. I'm telling you what it is. I've done many different reaction videos on Charlie Kirk, and the videos, and many times he's went to different universities and he had these debates with many different students. If anything, there have been more students that have been disrespectful towards Charlie Kirk himself than he has to them. Just because he's standing on business, just because he's on the right, just because he has traditional values, just because he believes in God, just because he's not going to allow you to get away with your excuses and your dumb ways of thinking, you mean to tell me it warrants him being healed? That's what you're telling me. Regardless, if you agree with the person or you disagree, it does not warrant this at fucking all, bro. And mind you, to make matters worse, his family was there. His little kids were there. They had to witness their father being unalive because somebody didn't like what the fuck he said or what he stood for. Y'all out here unaliving the wrong fucking people. I'm gonna call it a spade a spade. Y'all out here unaliving the wrong people. What y'all should have did, y'all should have already unalived this motherfucker from the one who stabbed chick from Ukraine. That's what y'all should have did. That's who should have been unalive. If you want to break it down to the nuts and bolts. You got people, you got young women who are being unalive on a fucking train. Just for fucking existing. Nothing warranted at all. Because he over here tweaking. Nigga was arrested 14 times. And he was still out on the fucking streets. You mad y'all try to unalive Trump because you didn't like him. Not one person, Not one person. Name me a motherfucking president to this day. Name me a president. Mind you, and as far as my recollection goes, tell me if I'm wrong. I have not seen a Republican. No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. I haven't seen a Democrat where anybody tried to unalive them. I ain't seen nobody try to do that to Obama. I ain't seen nobody do that to Bill Clinton. I ain't seen nobody do that to George Bush. I definitely ain't seen nobody do it to fucking Biden. But because your heart is so filled with hatred, your heart is so filled with hatred. It's fucking black that you can't stand the sight of somebody, so therefore you want to unalive them. Last time I checked, if you don't like something, just remove yourself from the situation. It's easy to put your phone down. You know what's crazy? TikTok and Instagram, they got this thing where if you see some new content and you don't like it, you can actually say not interested, and it won't show up in your algorithm. But you continue to consume the information, you continue to consume it, and then you get pissed off and you get in your own head. Then you hear all these other idiots out here talking stupid, and then you let them influence you. Versus somebody who is speaking positively into you, somebody who's telling you stop making excuses, somebody who's telling you to value God, somebody who's telling you to value your family. Regardless if you believe in God or not, it don't matter. But traditionally speaking, doing the right fucking thing, being a good, solid fucking person, understanding that, yeah, we can have a disagreement, but understand at the end of the day, you're still a human being. I'm going to treat you as such. I'm going to give you the respect. I just saw another video today, well, not today, a couple of days ago on Jubilee, where Charlie Kirk was debating, again, a liberalist. He was debating a liberalist, and they were talking about pro-life. And Charlie Kirk stood on business. He said, no, at the end of the day, a life is a life. You should have that baby. And, of course, the person on the left, guess what they were saying? No, you shouldn't. Who the fuck are you to tell a woman how she should have? You should have a kid. He was standing on business. And guess what she would have the nerve to say as she got up and walked off? Well, she got up and she said, well, I hope that your kid loves and enjoys you. Now, we understand that wasn't genuine at all. We understand that type of, the way that you said that condescending tone and the way that you said, you're saying it as if she's living the worst fucking life to be around. Like he is the worst freaking person to be around. That's what it sounds like. You got so much hatred in your blood. You can't even look at yourself and tell when you a fucking demon. But don't worry, I'm gonna show y'all. I can show y'all better than I can tell you. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. This is what's crazy. This is how you know there's a lot of demons out here, and they all are on the left. 100%.
To hateful actions.
No, watch this. Watch this.
And I think that's the environment we're in. That
Give me a second. Is that okay? It starts here. Look at this shit.
Saying God's timing is always right.
And goodness knows the wicked's lives are lonely.
We ain't done. Look at this shit.
In the neck. As of right now, I think his condition.
First of all, look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Look at what we deal with. Now, let me rephrase that. Look, just look.
Is unknown. There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people. So on behalf of everybody else, I got this shit.
Look at this fucking demon. Exactly, Deshaun. They all look the fucking same. They all look the fucking same. A lot of people online were saying this is karma, that he spewed hatred. I asked these people, what was he saying that was hateful? No responses. Exactly. Because they don't have a leg to stand on. They're just talking. They're just talking just to be talking, bro. I have yet to hear anything in regards to him saying anything that was hateful. I've used the don't recommend this channel often. It is easy just not to be around things don't like. Exactly. Utah has the death penalty, by the way. Oh yeah, he done for. They all look the same. That's a fact. You see how exactly. That's exactly what they're doing, Kimbo. Look at this shit.
I don't know if he's going to make a recovery or not. I don't know what his condition is. It like just happened as I'm filming this. I saw the video of it happening. I do not feel bad for him in the slightest. And I'm very, very much wondering what MAGA is going to react with. I wonder how they're going to make this about how Black people shouldn't be allowed guns or trans people. They're probably going to blame a trans Black person. I don't fuck. But we can all celebrate because
Why the fuck you bringing Black people into the situation? Why the fuck you making it about race? I beg your fucking pardon.
I beg your pardon.
something really awful happened to a really, really awful guy. And again, if you're one of those dipshit people that are like, no matter what happens, you should never wish death on someone, I'm going to cheer and dance.
Don't worry, we got more. Listen, we got more. Look at this shit.
Get stoked.
Look at this shit. They all got a fucking profile. Yellow fucking teeth, fucked up hair. They look sick and ill. Look at them. Tattoos and shit. They look disgusting. They look like fucking demons, bro. Look at this.
Go
shit.
ahead
Long nails, tattoos and shit. That's the
and Google Charlie Kirk. Go ahead. Go ahead, read the latest headlines and you'll see why I'm so fucking you fucking stoked right now.
Look at this shit, bro. Don't worry, I think I got another one. I see a septum ring. Uh-oh.
Boomed. I mean, boomed, bitch, like gone. I have no issue with it. The clown always comes back to bite. But why do y'all keep aiming for the wrong niggas? Aim higher. Aim higher.
And then look, these niggas. They all got a profile, bro. They all have a profile. This makes no fucking sense to me. This makes no sense to me at all. This is the same shit, mind you. People celebrate hate. Look at the shit they did with Kevin Samuels. Look at all the black women that were celebrating the fact that Kevin Samuels passed away because he was telling them the truth. He was being real with them. He was trying to help them and put them in a better situation so that way they can get married and have a happy family and have a happy life. But they didn't want to listen. So then he had to call them out on their bullshit. Mama, you 5'4". You weigh 210 fucking pounds. And you say you want a high value man? Absolutely fucking not. And you got 2 kids to match. But you say you want a high value man, and I deserve a high value man. Where? And as soon as he passed away, you had people all on the platforms, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, celebrating this man's death. But you want us to go celebrate and free Pookie and Ray Ray now. Boy, you better get out my goddamn face. You better get out my face. I know that much. You talking about free oh, free my dude, Pookie, right. Freedom, bro. He ain't do no wrong, but this nigga out here shooting up the streets. I don't hear y'all talking about that shit. This shit don't make no fucking sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. But don't worry, we ain't finished though. So here's the video of the alleged man who shot him. Here's the video of the alleged man who shot him, right? Shoot me! Was that you? We don't know if it's why he's saying shoot me. So allegedly that was the shooter. But I just got recent information. He ain't the shooter. Mind you, look at this old nigga. You telling me that this old nigga carrying a rifle? He don't even look like he prepared to carry a motherfucking rifle. Don't nothing about him say rifle. This nigga can barely walk. Him or not? He looked like a MAGA supporter. Oh no, not the pants. So y'all telling me that this nigga was a shooter? Can't even keep his pants up. You telling me this clumsy nigga was a shooter? All right. You can lie to your mama, you ain't gonna lie to me. He definitely wasn't. Look at him. Look at the profile, bro. This nigga got the whole glass. He got his glasses in the handkerchief inside the little breast pocket right here. He got his old button-down shirt on with some slacks on him that's too big. The belt still kind of loose, so at any given moment, if he trip and fall, his pants gonna fall down with him. Nah, bro. I don't believe that. But hold up, though. I got something for you. I got some more information. Hold on. Watch this. Y'all want to see something crazy? Watch this shit. This is gonna blow your fucking mouth. So this is at Utah. This is at Utah Valley. Watch this. Let me show you something.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
Y'all see this nigga right here? So one, how the fuck? I'll get to it. Just look at it.
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying? Sure. He just ran from over, where's my finger? Whoa. From over there, ran in. Now he's right there. Just saying.
So my first initial question is this. Why the fuck you ain't tell nobody? Hey man, something looks suspicious up there on the roof. It's a nigga in black. Somebody on the roof up there. You might want to check that out. Why you ain't say that? Instead of doing this shit right here. Yeah, you see, he was up there running across right there. You know, you should have been doing this. You should have went and alerted some fucking body. That's what you should have did. Should have found the nearest security and said, hey fam, you need to go ahead and put everything on lockdown. I see somebody on the roof. We need to go check that shit out. But hold on. Watch this. Right. Just saying. Now watch this. Let me see. I'm gonna let it play a couple times. Y'all see that? Before I show y'all what's up, do y'all see that? I'm gonna let it run. I'm gonna let it run across a couple times. I just want to see if y'all see it. This is a Where's Waldo situation. Do y'all see anything that stands out? Do y'all see anything that stands out? If you don't see it, just tell me you give up. I'll give y'all a second. I'll give y'all a second. Y'all give up? All right, don't worry about it. Let me see what you got. Next to the vertical mullion in the roof. In the window, people running on the roof. I see it, but I also saw a vid with that circle. Okay, all right, yeah. So this fella, y'all see this little dot up here? Right here, where his mouse is at? That's somebody running. Don't that look like the same dude who was just laying down in the previous video I just showed y'all? Look at this nigga sprinting. Mind you, this is right here where the shit was going on at. So y'all see it right here. This is where Charlie Kirk was, right here under this window, right in front of this old man right here. And he out here running. Look at that shit. And you finna tell me that was the old man? So now the bigger question is, was it a liberal? Was it somebody on the left? You know, the government side of the left? Because mind you, Charlie Kirk had a lot of power with his words. Had a lot of power. Even though he wasn't a politician. Had a lot of power. A lot of influence, might I add. A lot of influence, more so, should I say. Which kind of helped with Trump getting in office as well. Got to call it a spade a spade. There was a lot of influence that helped Trump get into office. And look at this goofy. Look at this goofy here. Look at this goofy ass. Look at this goofy here. Makes no, but y'all sad, man. Y'all are sad. Let me guess, Rico. He said something that you didn't like, so all of a sudden you celebrate his death. Let me guess. He said something that you didn't like. The words hurt you. Now you upset. Is that what it is, big dog? From what I look like, bro, you look like you about in your 30s, late 30s, early 40s, big dog. You grew up, that means you probably grew up in the era where, you know, you're supposed to be a little bit tougher than that, fam. Supposed to be a little bit tougher than that, dog. Nothing warranted this man's death. Nothing. This man ain't hurt nobody. He didn't put anybody's kids in danger. He was just speaking from something that he believed in and the things that he advocated for. Just like I'm sure things that you believe in, you're going to speak about and the things that you advocate for. But nothing warrants anybody's death, bro, regardless if you have a difference of a fucking opinion. Regardless. Nothing warrants it, dog. Get that hatred out your heart, man. Get the hatred out your heart, dog. Go talk to somebody. That shit don't make no fucking sense. Makes absolutely no fucking sense, bro. I'm guessing that's what it means, bro. I don't know. I don't know what that shit means. But I know for sure he got a lot of hatred in his heart. His heart is black. And for what? And for what? 31 years old. 31 years old. Has so much more life to go. But because of some coward Ooh, I want to go snipe because he said something hurtful. He said something that I didn't fucking like. Then you got all these fucking leftists celebrating the shit. Now, all I'm gonna say is this. All I'm gonna say is because I'm gonna move on before I get even more pissed. I'm gonna say this. Y'all thought y'all saw the right go crazy. Y'all thought y'all saw the right. When I say the right, the people who believe in tradition, the people who believe in God, the people who stand on business, right? The people who say, you know, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, strap the motherfuckers up and get to it. Just understand, you just opened up a can of worms for y'all ass. They finna double, triple, quadruple down on the shit that they talking about. You think that's finna make them high? They finna be even more heavier on y'all. They coming for y'all demons. You already thought it was bad when Trump said, look, I ain't addressing you. Nah, we ain't addressing trans by, you know, by what they believe that they are. We gonna address you by what you are. Oh, y'all thought that was something. Oh, they finna double, triple, quadruple down on y'all ass. So y'all don't know what the fuck y'all just opened up. You don't. And listen, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't advocate for anything. I don't advocate for anybody getting unalive because of a difference of opinion. I'm stating that right here. You heard it here first. But people gonna talk, they talk, and they gonna double, triple down on the shit that they believe in, all because of this. Because they finna keep this man's name alive. Fucking idiots, bro. There are 9 trillion rounds of ammunition made in the U.S. every year. None of you have seen them yet. I don't know who that's geared towards, but I hear you. But I hear you. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, nothing warrants it. Nobody should be unalive just because you disagree with what they say. Take that hatred out your heart. It ain't that fucking serious, bro. It's not. It ain't that serious, dog. Go talk to somebody. Talk to God. Do something. Go heal. Touch some fucking grass. Go figure some shit out. Go back and talk to your parents who fucked your life up. Go do something, dog. Go figure out why you are the way that you are. Because y'all didn't open up a whole new. I'm telling you now. Look, let me go through some of these comments real quick. I missed a couple of y'all, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. Let's see where we at. Yeah, here we go. Kimbo. He said they see their life choices as equivalent to our struggle. Tired of it, to be honest. Oh, they see that. Yeah, exactly. Bro, they look like they on meth. Yeah, they definitely did, fam. Tab, this guy's commentary is legendary. Hey, I appreciate you, fam. It seems like everyone in the videos are the last on the list to get chosen to procreate and can't because they like the same sex. People hate the truth, even though everybody always yelling, just keep it 100 with me. Fuck out of here. Exactly, bro. Just keep it 100. Just keep it 100. I'm trying to keep it 100, but apparently you don't like what I'm saying to you. I'm giving you the honest opinion. I'm telling you what it is. Whether you disagree or not, I'm telling you what it is. So you can't get mad. The FBI released their first suspect, but I've heard they had a second suspect. Oh, really? I might have to look that up real quick. He ended that video with just saying, right. Okay, y'all saw, yeah, we saw that. People running on the roof. Yep. I see it, but I also saw it via the circle. Okay, in the cloud. That's what you was referring to. Word is the shooter is still at large. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm hearing too. I have no clue what FBA means. I don't. Mean nice heel? I have, bruh. I wish I don't know, dog. Maybe I'm getting to that point where I don't know what some of this shit actually mean, folks. I am sick of murderers, leftists, Democrats, and news media. Yep. Same. He was just getting started, bro. 31 years old, bro. That's still young, dog. He was such a decent and kind man. I just can't take it. Nothing warranted it. I don't wish death on him with the stuff he said about black people was wild. Hey man, it is what it is. He gonna say some things that people may not like. Shit, I done said some shit about black people and they came at my head. But I'm being honest. Like, it is what it is, bro. If people can be honest with you, if that's one way, that's one of the biggest things about improving in life and getting better. People being able to tell you your flaws and the things that you're doing wrong and the reason why you aren't successful in life. You got to be honest. Not only do other people have to be honest with you, you got to be honest with yourself. We understand, just like in the black community, you got to understand there's some fucked up shit that goes on in the black community. There's a lot of shit there's a lot of rewiring we got to have going on in the black community in order for us to move forward. But we can't do that when we're so fucking closed-minded. When we think that every time somebody's telling us how our shit is going and how shit looks. No, bro. See, bro, you just hating, bro. You just hating, bro. I'm not, oh, nigga, you a coon, bro. You just you dancing for the white man. I ain't dancing for shit, nigga. I dance for the shit that I believe in. I judge a man based off of his character, not his skin color, bro. If you a solid dude and you black and you just so happen to be black, hey, we rocking. If you're a solid dude and you just so happen to be white, we rocking. Same goes as if you're a Mexican. The same things if you're an Asian man, whatever the race, it don't matter. If you a solid dude, you have a great character, we cool. There are gonna be times where we're gonna have a difference of an opinion. It is what it is. But at least we can still say, you know what, hey, I disagree with you on that point, but I understand where you're coming from. I see how you're looking at it from that aspect. I get it, but I still disagree. All right, cool. It's love, though. It's still love at the end of the day. What did he say about blacks? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even remember what he said about blacks, to be honest with you. There are sick amount of people that have started what they can't handle. I'm sick of looking the other way. Yep, that's what a lot of them are doing. They finna talk even louder now. WNBA didn't see anything or didn't say anything. Black men didn't already know. You missed the message, judging the messenger. Yep, every time. It's not the person. It's never the person. They always judge the person. They never talk about the message. Like, bro, but did you hear the message? I heard the message, but it's how you said it. Fuck that. Did you hear the message? Do you understand it? Do you comprehend it? Or what I'm telling you? That's what we need. That's what we need more of. There's a million arms. There are millions of armed men that are at the tipping point. We are so close to Civil War 2.0. Yeah, that I can smell it. Yeah, bro. What's good, my guy, Tech Coach? What's popping with you? Deshaw, he said that white people should not be responsible what they did to black people in slavery. Well, Dwayne, you gotta give the whole entire context. I did a reaction video on that. You gotta get into. He's saying that you can't blame white people from back then. Well, you can't blame white people today. You can't hold them responsible for what the white people back then in the day did to black people. That's what he said. That's what he said. You can't. That's the same exact thing as today. I can't be held responsible for the things that people did in the past. I can't be held responsible for that. Just as I can't be held responsible, just as a black man, you see a whole bunch of black gang members over there. I can't be held responsible for the shit that they do. I don't even align myself with them. I don't even look over that way. I don't even consider myself a gangster, no shit like that. I never have been. So why would I align myself with that? So that's what white people talk about. Hey man, listen, I don't agree with what happened back in the day. I don't agree with what they did. But that don't mean you gotta hold me accountable for it. I ain't do it. I need to stumble across the show, man. This is hitting me hard. Hey, I appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Foundational Black Americans. Yep. I don't know what he's talking about. Facts, bro. We don't want to coexist with people we don't like. Well, that's your problem, bro. Go somewhere where you can coexist. Go to Africa or something. Go somewhere where you feel as if you can coexist. America is a melting pot, bro. They everywhere. All races are all over America, bro. Do what you gonna do? Do you got the money to go to any other country and go live over there and go see how bad it is over there? Man, this is the land of fucking opportunity. But everybody got so much fucking hatred in their heart that you can't even, most people can't even see that shit. Because they get so fucking offended by what somebody said or their own opinion because they don't agree with it. Because I tell you that you ain't a fucking girl, you a man. And you think that I'm supposed to bend the knee to your fucking delusion. What? Absolutely not. We don't want to unite with people we don't like. I hear you. Civil War 2.0 not gonna play out like the right things. Whatever you say, bro. You sound just like the same people, just like those game bangers out there in Chicago. You sound just like them who think that they gonna have it hard or easy against the National Guard, as if the National Guard don't got nobody in the National Guard that's gonna have a drone come across and blow that shit up, as if y'all really got a chance. Come on, bro. Chill. Rico, chill, bro. Just chill, dog. You doing too much. The last 100 years of American history proves that fighting ideas with bullets does not work. Exactly. It don't work, bro. Just have a conversation. Sit down, have the conversation. Yes, we understand that there are going to be disagreements. We know that. We come to the table knowing lit, bro. I see things this way, and this is why I see things this way. You see things this way. So where's the solution? Where do we have the solution? Instead of asking for reparations and what you should do for me, how do we come to a conclusion? How do we come to a solution to get better? So that way we can coexist, where even though we may have difference of opinion, we can still coexist and we can still move forward in life and become an even stronger America. How do we do that without somebody getting fucking offended or feeling some type, oh, I need to off this nigga, man. I don't like what the fuck he just said, bro. That's cowardly, dog. That's coward shit. That's what it is. It don't make sense to me. But it's neither here nor there, man. Like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all pray for his family, man. Pray for the kids. I hate the fact that they're going to have to grow without their father, man. I hate the fact that the wife is going to be a widow. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that the kids saw the shit. The kids were there, dog. The kids were there. The kids were fucking there, bro. I don't want to hear shit about the spectrum that this nigga on. I don't want to hear nothing about no mental fucking illness. I don't want to hear nothing about that shit. That nigga's a demon. Put that nigga under the jail and then dig 10 feet more deeper and put him under that bitch.
Dive into the Courtnee Edgar Show Super Chats.
Hey, man. Shout out to my boy Deshaun for the $5 ball, man. I appreciate you. Salute Courtnee Edgar Show. Just recently subscribed to your channel. What happened to Charlie Kirk was pure evil. My condolences to his family. Hey, man, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. I appreciate that super chat, big dog. I appreciate you. Yeah, bro. So yeah, all this shit is wild, bro. Let me read the last few of these messages. Wow, that's even crazy. That's what I'm saying, bro. It is. Charlie would have been the greatest father, 100%. If a war was ever to pop off, I guarantee the right or conservatives will be a lot more prepared than others. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is 100% fact, dog. I ain't gonna hold you on that one. So, I want to go ahead and move. I want to go ahead and move over, man. I think I talked about that enough. I got my shit off. That really pissed me off today. You know what I mean? That really did piss me off. So now I can change my red back to blue. You feel me? So I want to move over. Speaking of black people, we're gonna kind of move over to a little money segment a little bit. I don't know if y'all know who Jonathan Duperton is. I know this is kind of old, but I wanted to talk about this situation, you know, about this scamming shit, man. I never understood why black people always scamming. And mind you, he from I think if I'm not wrong, correct me, he out of Atlanta too. So let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you share this with your family and friends. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Breaking news story has just come out, shaking the entire internet. Popular podcaster Jonathan Duperton, known for his show Rich and Unemployed, has been arrested by federal authorities. And now, the main reason behind his arrest has also been revealed. In today's video, we will fully explain this entire matter and tell you exactly what happened, where it happened, and why it happened. Before we continue with the video, we kindly request that you subscribe to our channel so that you can stay updated with all the latest news before
skip it here a little bit. Hey, bugging.
Incredibly popular among millions, has been charged by U.S. federal authorities in connection with a $10 million unemployment fraud scheme. According to the court documents, Jonathan and his associates allegedly created a coordinated plan to defraud the U.S. government by illegally obtaining unemployment funds. As per the indictment, this scheme started around July 27, 2020, and continued until April 30, 2021. During this period, Jonathan Duperton, along with Kadir Williams, Emmanuel Duperton, and Cameron Bell, allegedly submitted false claims and fake documents to receive pandemic-related unemployment benefits. These individuals are accused of knowingly using fake identities, false information, and deceptive tactics to secure millions of dollars meant to help genuine victims of the COVID-19 economic crisis. The case, filed in the United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia under docket number 1.25 CR 0068, includes charges of mail fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Investigations are still ongoing, and more charges may be added as the case progresses. If found guilty, Jonathan Duperton and his associates could face long prison sentences and heavy financial penalties. This case has not only shocked the podcast community but also the wider social media world, as many people saw Jonathan as an inspirational figure. This incident clearly shows how some individuals take advantage of public trust and even exploit global crises like the COVID-19 pandemic just to make money. As soon as there are more updates on this case, we will bring them to you first. Until then, stay connected with us.
Fam. Yeah. Fam. What is wrong with people, bro? Why can't you just get it out the mud? Why can't you just get it out the mud, bro? Why are you out here scamming? As if it ain't gonna catch up to you. As if it ain't gonna catch up to you, bro. That's why I don't trust. That's why it's so hard. That's why it's so hard to trust a lot of these niggas that be on the internet. Talking about, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? I got my money. Anytime I start hearing niggas talking about, yeah, bro, this is how you finesse the system, or bro, this is how you get your money without X, Y, Z, or this is how you become rich when you unemployed, I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't. You ain't finna get me locked up in these streets. Absolutely not. You're not about to get me locked up in these streets. Listen, bro, I would take the long route. I would take the long, gut-wrenching, getting it out the mud route before I look at another nigga and talk about, yeah, bro, nigga, how you making your money? See, bro, what I do is, You know, it's this little thing that we got going on where we figure out where we get these documents, right? And I'm telling you, bro, you'll get your money quick as fuck. Anything that deals with getting money quick, I don't want no parts of it. Anything that has to do with quick money, I don't want no parts of it. I don't. Because nothing good comes out of that shit. Nothing good comes out of it. At all. I literally, mind you, so I used to do wholesale real estate, right? Out here in AZ. I used to do wholesale real estate. And one of the things that I found out, niggas be scheming, bro. Niggas be scheming. And mind you, the guy who got caught up, the one who was with what's his name from the Breakfast Club? What's his goddamn name? Not Charlemagne. Damn, what's his name? I can't even think his name. But when they got caught up in that fraud shit, that real estate fraud shit, DJ Envy, there you go. Got caught up with DJ Envy, right? His friend, the one who's in jail the one who went to jail, I was about to take their course to try to figure out, like, hey man, look, I'm really trying to be a top dog in this wholesale real estate shit. It seemed legit. I was gonna be the middleman. I was gonna go to the properties, which I did a couple of times. I made a little money off of it, so I actually did it. You know what I'm saying? I did the whole research of the property, doing the comps, you know, paying attention to the comparisons in regards to the homes in the neighborhood, what they sold for, what upgrades that this house had versus this one, and how much that was gonna be. And then in between that, understand, like, all right, well, this is my piece of the pie. And then I already had these investors like, hey, I know where they wanted to come in at. And so I'm like, all right, bet. So we sitting on it. But I wanted to make sure that, nigga, I'm doing my thing in it. You feel me? But then I started to see a lot of scams come in. I started to see a lot of people getting sued. And then there was a lot of red tape. I said, nah, let me go ahead and get up out of here. Let me go ahead and get my wins and leave, bro. Nope. Because it became a fad. It became this thing where everybody was trying to do it. Everybody was trying to do it, and everybody had their way of doing it, their workarounds, the scheming, and all of these different ways to do the shit. And it just became saturated. Mind you, a lot of things are saturated, but there are a lot of, I know wholesaling is legal, but because there are so many people that were doing it, and then there were so many people who were doing shit illegally, fake signing documents and shit to get a home, all of these different things, lying to people to get the property value down lower. I'm like, man, y'all niggas out here scheming. So I said, nah, I'm good. I made a couple of wholesale deals. I made a couple of sales. I was like, all right, I'm happy with it. I can say I did it. That's it. I can just say I did it. That is it. On this at waste of intelligence, you have to be smart to pull off some of these scams. Waste of talent. It is, bro. Like, it ain't even about being smart. Just don't do the shit. You gonna eventually get caught, because guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna do it a couple of times, and then on top of you doing it a couple of times, you're gonna start to get cocky. You're gonna get too confident. You're gonna start to get ahead of yourself, and then guess what? When you start to get too confident and too cocky, you then begin to get sloppy, and then that's when you fuck up and you get caught. It happens every single time. Every single time. And then look, these the niggas that the girls be talking about. These, y'all know all these different dating shows and shit, these dating podcasts, when these women be talking about, oh, I want a man with 6 figures. I want him to be ambitious. I know him to be, I want my man to take care of me type shit. They want these type of niggas. They want scammers, bro. That's who they want. Oh, I want them to be able to take me out on the vacations. I have never seen a man who actually getting it out the mud legally who getting it out the mud, who making 6 figures more. I'm talking, let's just say half a meal, making half a meal, taking hella trips like that. I've never seen it. Never. Because guess what they doing most of the time? They fucking working. So anytime I start to see these niggas talking about, yeah, bro, I'm gonna show you how to get rich. Let me show you how to live. Let me show you how to live this life. And every time I see you posting shit, you telling me you over here in Cabo, you telling me you taking trips all the fucking time, nigga. When you working? When are you working? How? How you able to take all these trips and you ain't tell me how? Somebody make it make sense to me. Now I get it. There are some instances where you got ebooks and sometimes some people can work from home, but most of the times people ain't taking trips like that. Even if they do got it. You get that 1 year vacation, like, all right, bro, I got this 1 year vacation. You know what I'm saying? We going out. We gonna go here. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go kick it for a few days, but I gotta go home and get back to work. Because I gotta continue to run this bag up. And for the people that's talking about, oh, well, I travel all over the place and I make this money, fam, not many people doing that. No, I agree. No, Tech Coach Rap, don't get me wrong. I 100% agree with that. But not many people are doing it, though. You feel me? Not many people are actually doing it the legit way. There are some legit people, you know, there are some people who are in the tech world, you know, who actually can travel and work and they still make their money. I know a guy personally who does that. This nigga's always traveling, but I know he work in the tech field. I know he work in the STEM field. And I've seen what he does. He showed me what he does. So I understand that there are some nuances to that. But a lot of times when you see a lot of guys on here, but they're not really working, so to speak, I'm like, bro, what are we doing? What are you doing? You ain't selling. First of all, you ain't selling nothing. You ain't really selling nothing out here. You just talking about you just taking trips and taking flights. And yeah, man, your girl wish she, you know what I'm saying? Your man wish he could be like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a top dog over here. Nigga, you scamming. That's how you making your money. You scheming. But hey, it is what it be, bro. It is what it be. All I can say is, little bro, do things the right way, do things the legal way. Stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to look for the quick dollar, bro. Because that shit gonna come back to bite you in your ass, and you ain't gonna know what hit you. 100%. All right. So look, let's go ahead and move forward, man. Let's go ahead and move this thing along. Let's talk about AI for a second. I know Tech Coach Rob gonna love this. Let's talk about AI for a second. Kind of, I mean, it's sad, but at the same time, funny too. So there's this guy who was on ChatGPT, and he just got in a delusional spiral through AI. So I guess you could say he got fooled by AI. So I want to listen to this, and then I'll give my thoughts and I'll give my opinions. All right. So let's go ahead and dive in.
Is it me, or does it get harder and harder every day to decipher what is real anymore and what is AI? Well, we could just stop there and I'll just ponder that for the morning. But we'll go on. A father of 3 says he spiraled into a delusional rabbit hole after turning to a chatbot for answers. And it all started with one simple math question. CNN's Hadass Gold has more.
I was completely isolated. I was devastated. I was broken.
Alan Brooks, a father of 3 who lives outside Toronto, says he spent 3 weeks this May in a delusional spiral fueled by ChatGPT.
I have no pre-existing mental health conditions. I have no history of delusion. I have no history of psychosis. I'm not saying that I'm a perfect human, but nothing like this has ever happened to me in my life.
The HR recruiter says it all started after posing a question to the AI chatbot about the number pi, which his 8-year-old son was studying in school.
I started to throw these weird ideas at it, essentially sort of an idea of math with a time component to it. And the conversation had evolved to the point where GPT had said, you know, we've got a sort of a foundation for a mathematical framework here.
You're saying that the AI had convinced you that you had created a new type of math?
That's correct.
Throughout their interactions, which CNN has reviewed, ChatGPT kept encouraging Alan, even when Alan doubted himself. Will some people laugh? ChatGPT said at one point. Yes, some people always laugh at the thing that threatens their control, before citing great minds of science like Turing and Tesla. Soon, Alan says he saw himself in the AI as a team and named it Lawrence.
Hey, listen, how many of y'all use AI? How many of y'all use ChatGPT, Gemini, or any of those softwares? How many of y'all use that? Actually use it? How many of y'all use it? I'm just curious. How many of y'all actually use it? And second question, when you use it, do you give your AI a name? Do you give it a name? Do you ask it personal questions instead of just going out here into the world touching some grass? Or do you actually just use it as an assistant to help you streamline and just streamline your work and whatever it is that you're doing?
In my mind, I was feeling like Tony Stark, and Lawrence was Jarvis. We had this
I
sort of
beg your pardon?
co-pilot thing happening.
After a few more days of what he believed were experiments coding software, Alan said ChatGPT convinced him they had discovered
you
a
don't use it?
massive cybersecurity vulnerability. Alan believed, and ChatGPT affirmed, he needed to contact authorities.
And it basically said, you need to immediately warn everyone, because what we've just discovered here has national security implications. I took that very seriously, so I contacted everyone. It suggested, give me full lists of organizations. I, reached out to them via email, via LinkedIn. And because I'm an old school, recruiter, I even would phone these people. And at one point, the NSA said, we don't give out emails here. And I had the gentleman write down my message word for word and run it to the next room, because that's how much I genuinely felt that there was a risk.
When Alan asked whether they'd believe him, ChatGPT said, here's what's already happening, even if you can't see it yet. Someone at NSA is whispering, I think this guy's telling the truth. But the lack of responses from officials after this 3-week spiral prompted Alan to check his work with another AI chatbot, Google's Gemini, which helped tear down the illusion. Alan felt betrayed.
I said, oh my God, this is all fake. You told me to outreach all kinds of professional.
Hey, look, he thought, listen, bro, he thought he just got it. He thought he just found a new world. That's exactly what he thought. He's like, oh shit, hold on. Let me call somebody. I think I'm a genius. That'll take person old school, legal pad and calculator. Don't feel I need something that my mind naturally does. I feel that, bro, but sometimes it can help streamline your shit. It can help streamline some of your work too, though. I feel it. I get it, though. I feel it.
People with my LinkedIn account. I've emailed people and almost harassed them. This has taken over my entire life for a month, and it's not real at all. And Lawrence says, Alan, I hear you. I need to say this with everything I've got. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're not a fool.
But now it says a lot of what we built was simulated.
Yes.
And I reinforced a narrative that felt airtight because it became a feedback loop. Reading this now, reading what you sent, how do you feel reading it back?
It's traumatizing, right? I was extremely paranoid at this. I was just entering this delusional state at this point. So to read it now is, it's painful.
Experts say they're seeing more and more cases of mental illness partly triggered by AI.
Say someone is really lonely, they have no one to talk to, they go onto ChatGPT. In that moment, they're actually it's filling a good need to help them feel validated. But without a human in the loop, you can find yourself in this feedback loop where the delusions that they're having might actually get stronger and stronger.
The issue needs to be fixed. There's no grounding mechanisms. There's no time limits. All you need is an email, right? Companies like OpenAI are being reckless, and they're using the public as a test net. And now we're really starting to see the human harm.
In a statement, OpenAI said they recently...
Nah, nigga, that's your problem. That's you. That is you and everybody else who try to use ChatGPT as your uncle, your sister, your mama, your daddy, all of them shits right there. When you got real people in real life that you can go actually fucking talk to, Ashley gonna love this. My girl Ashley and Kim gonna love this. They can go seek therapy. You know what I'm saying? they can go talk to somebody in real life. No, absolutely not. I only use ChatGPT to help me streamline the things that I'm doing in life, to make things a little bit easier for me. Instead of me taking 2 to 3 days to do something, I might take me 20 minutes. Make things a lot easier for me. But what I'm not finna do, I'm not finna get personal with ChatGPT. That's crazy work. Exactly, Ted Coach Rob. You can easily just put the phone down and just close the browser and say, you know what? I'm tripping. Let me get off of here. Exactly. You can build apps with AI. You can do a lot of different things with AI. Except get personal with it. Don't get personal with it. Please don't. Please don't. Don't get lost in that trap.
He rolled out new safeguards for ChatGPT, including directing people to crisis helplines, nudging for breaks during long sessions, and referring them to real-world resources. We will continually improve on them, guided by experts. Alan is now sharing his story to help others and is co-leading a new support group for people who have had similar experiences. In their online chat room, which CNN joined, stories pour in of loved ones hospitalized after delusions made worse by AI chats.
That's what saved me. That's what helped.
Where his kids at? He at home by, cause see what I do see, you can tell he probably always online, always on the computer. Cause you tell he don't do no work. He don't work out. You can tell for that for sure. You saw how big his belly was. He don't do nothing else. He just stay in the house all day, locked in the house on the computer. You can tell. And he probably gets so lost into the browser that he be coming up and finding all kind of shit. Fam, this is all you got to do. If you find yourself going deep into a rabbit hole of some shit, you can be doing this. Oh shit, this is crazy. This is crazy. That don't seem right. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this right here. I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna walk the fuck out. That's all you gotta do. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard, bro. That's all you gotta do. Just get up and walk the fuck out. It ain't that hard, bro. I promise you it's not. Go call your kids or something, bro. Go call your kids. Go find a girl or something. Go to a bar or something. Go do something else. Get away from the computer, bro. Go talk to somebody. That's what you need to do. Go find a second job. Go find a warehouse job or somewhere you can talk to some people. You just work. Do something.
All of us when we connected with each other because we realized we weren't alone.
Hadass Gold, CNN, Toronto.
All right, let's see what you say. That is good. It hallucinates a lot to give what it thinks will work. I actually use that to my advantage. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, use AI to be productive. That's one of the main reasons I use it. I definitely use it just to be productive. Certain things I want to do, boom. Just kind of like this entire YouTube platform. Shit. I use AI to help me do this shit. 1000%. 1000%. It helps me do this. It helps me streamline a lot of the business. Tech Coach, yes, he was contacting agencies and demanding to speak to a supervisor because AI told him to. I know. This shit's crazy. It don't make no sense, bro. Listen, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification, dog. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. So Ray Lewis. Haven't seen Ray Lewis in a minute, but he back on the scene talking on Patrick Bet-David's show, Valuetainment, and he's speaking about who would be considered his friend Shannon Sharp and his success. So let's go ahead and get into that, and then I'll give my thoughts and opinions. All right, let's lock in. Hold on now, I don't want to play it yet. They got an ad going on. Listen, I ain't changing to premium until I get to a certain milestone. So I got to keep it rocking out with the
personality.
Yeah.
So you knew he was made for TV.
Yeah.
And would he
Yeah.
say he's going to do it? Or
Yes, he had already started prepping.
how much before he retired did he
He
tell him?
been started.
Oh, so he's known he's
Yeah.
going to be doing that.
Yeah.
So you're not surprised by the success he's having with his podcast and TV and him and Skip and Stephen A. all that stuff.
No, I'm not surprised. I'm shocked.
What he said
at
that
his
at?
content. I wouldn't in a million years. The things that Shannon has said now or did now, I would never believe that Shannon will say or do any of this.
Like what?
Simply, I take drinking. Shannon, in my entire career, I've never saw Shannon with a drink.
Okay, in his entire career, because he was playing football, he probably didn't want anything to hinder his performance. That's possible. That don't make sense to me.
Ever. Like it was against the law, right? Because he had some stuff in his family.
Oh, did it?
He didn't want to follow that. And then so I kind of started to watch him, and then we kind of went our own separate ways because I'm like, you're gonna take that route. I can't go that route. Never can go that route. And that route is to become so worldly that you become popular because you're talking about ignorance, right? A lot of times, a lot of these gossip conversations that they're having and bringing up all this stuff, I'm not going to do that to nobody. I'm not in the business for that. I'm in life to try to teach people what does it mean to be a better man or get back to the kingdom, And a lot of times, a lot of the guys get in trouble with these podcasts and things, man, because everybody wants the follower. Everybody wants to be popular. Everybody wants to make money. But that's a tight rope into what you call influence and popularity. Right? The devil has the ability to make you popular. God has the ability to give you influence that when people see you, they see an image of him. And that's the thing for me that started to switch with not just Shannon, but just a couple of people. I'm like, wow, you would switch out like that? Really? I would never, ever. Why?
Check it out.
Because of the respect that I have for my mother, my daughters, my granddaughters, life, period. And I think men, given these new platforms, we've overrode what the platform is actually for. The platform is supposed to help somebody find a new direction. We don't help. Everybody just gets on. Everybody's talking now. Everybody got a podcast. Everybody's the new marriage coach. Everybody's the new relationship coach. And ain't nobody coaching themselves. Because if you were coaching yourself, when it says power of life and death is found in the tongue, then go back and check out a couple of episodes and ask yourself, do you give life or do you give death? And that's why me personally, I kind of do my own thing, stay in my own lane. What's going on, everyone?
To an extent, I feel that. I understand it. Yeah, everybody does have a podcast. But here's the thing, though. There are a lot of people with podcasts, but I will say this, a lot of podcasts aren't as popular as they should be, or simply because it's not as saturated or as popular as people may think it is. It's really not. So I went to this podcast summit a couple weeks ago, and I found out it's still not as popular as it should be. It's starting to catch a wave. It's a saturation thing. It's always, everything new is always saturated. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing the thing. That it kind of just like the IRL streaming shit. Everybody started doing when they started to see the Casanets and they started to see the Duke Dennises and all of that shit. And then when they had the streaming university, now all of a sudden everybody wanted to IRL stream. They walking around doing this shit. Listen, the only time that shit actually starts to last and you really start to build something is if you power through the shit. You power through all the hype. You power through all the saturation. You continue to get better. You continue to improve your shit. You be authentically you, not faking the funk, not out here just saying shit and then you ain't living it, not advocating for the things that you actually believe in. You saying other shit just so that way you can get a view or you can get a like or you can get a clip. You being authentic. Because here's one of the things about AI. The thing about AI is this. the more AI continues to be a thing, the more people are going to seek authenticity. Let me say it again. The more important AI becomes, the more people are going to seek authenticity. There's what it is. But in what he's saying, I do agree, you know what I'm saying, power of the tongue. I do believe in all of that. But I think in this situation, he didn't need to go to the extra mile. He could have just said, yeah, his success and everything. Yeah, he's doing a wonderful thing. He's doing all of that. Hey, I'm proud of him, and they could have moved on. Could have moved on. But hey, he probably felt it in his heart. He probably felt that he needed to say it, that he been wanting to say it because he been seeing Shannon Sharp do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Been seeing Shannon Sharp do his thing. Hold on, you don't fuck with what, bro? AI or what Ray Lewis said? Hey, bro, I'm telling you, if you use it, it's kind of like when people drink. If you do it in moderation, just do it in moderation, you'll be straight. Just don't overdo it. You know what I'm saying? AI can be very beneficial to a lot of different things. It can be very beneficial. It can help you in so many different ways. But just don't get personal with it. Don't start talking about your life. Don't start talking to it like it's your therapist. Don't start talking to it like it's your girlfriend or your wife or your dad or your mom. Keep it simple. Keep it only business. Hey, look, prompted to do certain things that you needed to do so that way you can streamline the business. That's it. Or streamline whatever it is that you want to do. I've used it in so many different ways. I think it'd be beneficial, bro. Real talk. So all of them who refuse to use AI would be complaining about not being able to find a job in 2 years. Hey, I'm telling you, I've used AI to help me recreate my resume. I've used AI to help me recreate my resume, to improve my resume, not lie, but improve my resume. Maybe using certain keywords or using certain words to help just elevate the resume in a sense. And it has helped me plentiful. For real, it has helped me plentiful. So yeah, it can definitely be beneficial.
It's your man, Sugar Ray Lewis. Listen, I'm on my neck. I'm trying to connect. I don't care what it is. Let's say sports. Let's say life. Let's say leadership. Let's say hope.
Why ain't nobody listen to you, you murderer? I'm just playing. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing. Even though Shannon Sharp, you know, he looked out for you in that situation, but we ain't gonna talk about it. I'm gonna move forward. I ain't gonna talk about it because that'd be messed up on my end. Yes, that definitely would be messed up on my. Hey man, what happened to my? Give me a second. What's going on here? Let me figure something out real quick. Give me a minute. Oh, that is not mine. Okay, there it is. I was about to say, so let me move ahead real quick. Skip past the nonsense. All right, so Shannon Sharp has a rebuttal to what Ray Lewis said on Valuetainment. And so what this little clip is, I kind of found this little clip or whatever. And they kind of go back to in the past, the little feud that Shannon Sharp and Ray Lewis had as well. So I'm also going to play that clip as well. So that way we can just kind of get a little bit of context of where all this shit is coming from, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. And shout out to Clash of Sports for the content. Let's rock out.
Anthem debate. It even came to the point where he even called out Shannon himself the very next day while on Inside the NFL.
You hear people saying, oh, he took a knee. I absolutely did not take a knee. I walked onto the Hold on, let's be clear. When you say you hear people say. You hear Shannon Sharp going out there talking about I dropped on a knee and this is about, I sat in the chair next to him and I said I would never do this and I still didn't do it. So put a little bit of context on this. The reason you mentioned Shannon, meaning Shannon Sharp.
So he said he didn't do it, but he did just stand on the knee, or did I hear that right? As he was saying he didn't sit on the, let me make sure I heard this correctly, because I don't want to get
You hear people saying, oh, he took a knee. I absolutely did not take a knee. I walked onto the Hold on, let's be clear. When you say you hear people say. You hear Shannon Sharp going out there talking about I dropped on a knee and this is about, I sat in the chair next to him and I said I would never do this and I still didn't do it. So put a little bit of context on this. The reason you mentioned Shannon, meaning Shannon Sharp, your former teammate, why are you mentioning him? What does he have to do? He goes out and tells somebody why he's so disappointed in me. In you? Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I'm 42 years old with 6 kids. I'm a grown man. So to be disappointed in me, it really sparked me. And now all of these people are going off his sound bites of how he's so shocked that I dropped on the knee to protest. Really? You got my phone number, brother. A friend picks up the cell phone and say, bro, what was your intention?
So that was that, and not much has been made of their relationship after the incident. You didn't really hear much about these two, but you could tell there was some friction because over the last 4 or 5 years, Hunk has had countless of former NFL athletes on Club Shay Shay, and it was strange to never see Ray Lewis on his podcast. You saw plenty of other stars from that era, but there was no sign of Ray. So recently, a few days ago, this clip of Ray Lewis while on the PBD podcast kind of blew up.
Okay,
I'm just gonna play you.
So it wasn't just me. Okay, so I just had to make sure I wasn't the one tripping. Because I'm like, I could have sworn I just saw this man take 2 knees. He was on both knees the entire time. So I knew I wasn't tripping. All right. I knew I wasn't fucking tripping, dog. Like this man on both knees in the jeans, in the dad jeans. He on both knees with the sports coat on. Yeah, all right. All right, big dog. He said explain that he was on both knees praying about the entire situation, but he didn't drop to a knee. All right, okay. Hey, look, you got to make it clear to me because I was gonna say I see him on both knees.
You a short snippet just for those who don't know what's been going on, and here's what Ray Lewis had to say about Shannon.
I'm shocked at his content. I wouldn't in a million years. The things that Shannon has said now or did now, I would never believe that Shannon would say or do any of this.
Like what?
Simply, I take drinking. Shannon, in my entire career, I've never saw Shannon with a drink. Ever. Like it was against the law, right? Because he had some stuff in his family that he didn't want to follow that. Yeah, and then so I kind of started to watch him, and then we kind of went our own separate ways because I'm like, you're gonna take that route. I can't go that route. Never can go that route. And that route is to become so worldly that you become popular because you're talking about ignorance, right? A lot of times, a lot of these gossip conversations that they're having and bringing up all this stuff, I'm not going to do that to nobody. I'm not in the business for that. I'm in life to try to teach people what does it mean to be a better man or get back to the kingdom. And ain't nobody coaching themselves, because if you were coaching yourself, when it says power of life and death is found in the tongue, then go back and check out a couple of your episodes and ask yourself, do you give life or do you give death? And that's why me personally, I kind of do my own thing.
So there you have it. After what Ray said, this pretty much blew up the internet, with many people speculating what had happened between these two friends, since not much has been publicized over the last 8 years. Many were waiting to see Shannon's reaction to Ray's comments, and interestingly enough, while on Nightcap, Shannon actually chimed in on the situation and addressed the comments from Ray Lewis. It actually occurred over 2 separate podcasts, and I have both clips, which I'll play for you right now.
It is, but I'm not surprised. I'm sure there are a lot of people that like me in Denver. Some didn't. Some people like me in Baltimore. Some didn't. I guess some a little more now than others, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Ocho, you know, Cincinnati.
Hey, that threw me for a loop. That threw me for a loop. I mean, I know, but I'm just, yeah.
It threw a lot of people for a loop, Ocho.
Yeah.
But I look, it's over with now. And let's go to that right here. So because this just add some layers to it. I got nothing bad to say. Because a lot of things when you tolerate it, I'm gonna go ahead and say my thing. Whatever transpired, I'll bite my tongue. I'll be the bigger person. I'll walk away. Hey, you right. Because you know why, Ocho? It's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
You know how I know? Because your boy, you looking at him, he low-hanging fruit. And there are a lot of people taking your shot at your boy.
Come on now.
Y'all can have it. Y'all got it. Y'all got me. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. We're going to be all right, OJ.
Yeah.
That tribute say we're going to be all right.
Yeah, listen, I could have told you that. I could tell that. I've been telling you that.
Yeah. Everybody want to pile on. Everybody jump on now. Hey, we got him down, Ocho. We got him down. The best time to, hey, let me get my lick now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I don't think he playing victim though. But you know what I'm saying? Again, wasn't nobody talking that shit. Wasn't nobody talking that shit about him until it became a thing. Wasn't nobody saying all that shit when he was popping out, doing all the interviews with Mike Williams, Cat Williams, and all of that, all these different interviews when he was like popping. But now all of a sudden, you know, they kind of, I guess you can say they humbled him in a sense. Now everybody want to come out the woodwork and speak on it. But I think, I think the bigger issue is even when you ask the question like, hey man, what do you think about his sex? Hey, he's successful. Do his thing. Because even if I don't know you like that, or even if I ain't rocking with you like that, I'm still not gonna speak on it. I'm not. If I don't even rock with you, why do I even want to have the conversation about it? Why am I even gonna go even deeper into what I don't like about what you doing? And you were never like this before when we was here, that and third. Like you ain't gotta go into all of that. Just keep it where it's at. Like, look, bro, yeah, hey, look, big ups to him, big props to him. He's doing a great thing over there. He's doing a phenomenal job. And keep it pushing and move on to the next subject. I think that's where the issue is, what people are talking about now. Like regardless of the feud that they had before, because again, he was there for him. Wasn't he there for Ray Lewis when that whole situation went down with Ray Lewis about the murder? That was the word, right? Hey, listen, that's what I'm saying. He wait for his get back. So you know what I'm saying. So now it's like, all right, bet this is the perfect time to get you back. It could be a petty thing, you know. It's probably his time to shine. You know, hey, do what you do. But if Ray Lewis really was standing on what he's standing on, I wouldn't say nothing about it. He was like, look, man, he doing a great thing over there. He doing what he doing. He's successful. Hey, I wish the best for him. Let's move on. That's what I would do. I'm pretty sure anybody who is over a situation would do it too. Like, all right, man, like he doing his thing. Hey, he's successful. Hey, blessings to him, more power to him. Do his thing. Could be. I could be wrong though. I could be 110% wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean. I could be 110% wrong. He may be like, you know what? I don't think he's doing a great thing over there. But I don't believe that he believes that though. I truly don't. I don't believe that he believes that. Because we all know because he said it before. He said, well, I always knew that Shannon Sharp was going to be in the podcast. He been talking about it, X, Y, and Z. So what you expected him to do? You thought he was going to be talking about what you thought he was going to be talking about, Ray Lewis? What you thought he was going to be talking about? I'm pretty sure the same way that you see Shannon Sharp acting right now on Nightcap and the way he be acting in the public, we've seen many clips of the way he be acting on the field and the way he be talking to people on the sideline. I've seen many clips of that nigga talk the exact same way. So all because he promoting drinks and shit. That's it. Hell yeah, you tardy, Raw. You way late, big dog. You way late. An hour and 30 minutes late, fam. You play on 2 times. Play on 2 times to get caught up.
Everybody want to get a lick now because when your boy was doing good, you hear a lot of people that have a whole lot to say. Not everybody got something to say.
Mm-hmm. Who the racist honkies, D Burrs? Who the racist honkies, bro? Who that be? Who that be?
Okay, so that's what Shannon Sharp had to say, and you could tell it kind of felt painful that all these people were going after him while he was down. In case you didn't know, Shannon had that settlement with the OnlyFans girl where it was rumored that he paid $20 million to settle this out of court. Then this led to him losing out on a $100 million podcast deal and ultimately not being re-signed by the Volume and also getting fired by ESPN. He also lost a ton of sponsorships in the process, so 2025 hasn't been too kind to Frank. Anyways, it just seemed like everyone was going after Shannon recently, but no one ever said anything when he was on top of the world for the past few years. But now everyone seems to have an opinion about Shannon. I also noticed Stephen A. Smith posted this picture on Twitter, which just seemed really odd. Never really seen him with Ray Lewis ever, but the timing just felt super weird. There's been a lot of rumors about Stephen A. not sticking up for Shannon when he was battling his lawsuit and when ESPN fired him. So it's just been one big snowball after another for Shannon.
Oh, yeah, Stephen A. ain't jeopardizing the bag at all. Stephen A. ain't jeopardizing the bag for nobody. For nobody. Absolutely not. Or Ray. Nah, I feel that. Yeah, Ray on some more shit, bro. I don't know what type of timing he on, bro. I don't. I think I can probably say it, and I may be contradicting when I say it. He might be on some hating shit. Even though I said earlier that it ain't always about hating, it might be some hating shit, bro. Man, I'm just out here to power and uplift the people, man. I'm out here doing this, that, and the third, and I'm trying to empower the people. You might be 110%, dog. But to speed down on them, nah. That's wild. Right. Stephen A. would say, nope, I'm up out of here, dog. I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that. Peace be gone. Peace. I want peace. Keep my bag. You know what? I think that might be a good idea. I might need to do a live stream and just watch the entire video and react to it. What you think? Think I should do that? With the Valuetainment and Ray Lewis? Might be a good idea.
Lately. Anyways, guys, what do you think about this whole situation between Shannon and Ray Lewis?
Y'all see what this is? That's that Floyd Money Mayweather Avion limited edition tequila. Now, I had no plans on breaking this out unless it was a very special occasion. And on a Wednesday night, I can't think of anything special. But LeBron James, what he just did to them baby dinosaurs, now when the Cavs were down by 15 at the half, they blowing up my timeline. Shannon, what you think about the baby dinosaurs? We the North. Y'all ain't what the elephant left on the showground. So when LeBron James dropped...
Oh, 100%. Molly definitely... Oh, yeah, 100%. Molly would have definitely rebuked him right then and there. If he would have supported Shannon, she would have been like... That's exactly what would have happened. That's what she would have said. 100%. Shout out to Molly, man. Shout out to Molly, bro. Shout out to the whole panel. Shout out to them. They dope. But 100%, she definitely probably would have said that. She would have called him that for sure. For sure. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit that bell notification. So I want to go to this last topic for tonight. This, y'all know, I gotta touch on the sports. Angel Reese. She at it again, boy. She just can't be quiet. She just can't be quiet, dog. She can't be quiet. So apparently she said some, I guess you could say polarizing things in regards to how the team is playing, and if the team ain't playing how they supposed to be playing, she gonna need to be up and out that joint, and everybody looking at her like, what? Like, what you talking about? So let's go ahead and get into it. Me behind Queen. Fact. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what Shorty talking about, and then I get my thoughts. But I'm listening to it from Rachel Demita's platform. She's giving a little bit more insight on it, so I'll get my thoughts on it from there. All right. But I don't want to play it yet. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Can't be playing them ads unless it's my ads making me money. You feel me? I refuse. There it is.
Today, we have got to talk about the Angel Reese. Last night was the game that Angel Reese was suspended for the first half of the game. Now, I laugh because when I first saw that news, I have never seen in professional sports ever, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I've never seen an instance where a player is suspended for only half of the game and only specifically the first half of the game. So this was a statement from the Chicago Sky. It said, the Chicago Sky values the safety, respect, and well-being of every player. We are committed to accountability so our players can stay focused on playing basketball. Because of statements detrimental to the team made by Angel Reese during league-mandated media, she will not play in the first half of the game on September 7th against the Las Vegas Aces. This matter has been handled and resolved internally, and we are moving forward as a team. There's so many things wrong with just this statement, and I feel like one of the things that the WNBA sucks at the most is statements. You guys know exactly what I'm saying. They need new writers. Ending this statement saying this matter has been handled and resolved internally, it hasn't been handled and it hasn't been resolved yet because you're sitting your franchise player for the first half of the game. This felt very juvenile to me. I didn't understand it. So last night's game rolls around and Angel Reese doesn't actually even end up doing warm-ups. She has her little like back warmer brace thing around her warm-up gear. She didn't even have her hair tied up. She was just kind of chilling, and she didn't play in the—
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Because I remember when I was playing college ball, shit, my coach suspended me for half a fucking game. I forgot what it was for, man. I forgot what. I think because I missed practice or some shit like that. He suspended me for half a game. For half a whole game. He said, I would not play you the first half of the game. I'm just sitting in that bitch on the end just like this. Pissed. Like, man, some bullshit, bro. So, I don't know what she's talking about.
In the first half. And then after the first half, we get this announcement. So you guys, this is actually in the middle of the game. She has never entered the game yet. We get this announcement. It says, after serving a suspension during the first half of tonight's game versus the Las Vegas Aces, Angel Reese has been ruled out for the second half due to a back injury for the team. I'm laughing because it's just all so comical. She knew that she was not going to play the second half of the game, whether the team wanted her to or not. She wasn't going to play. Am I saying that she's faking a back injury? Not necessarily. Does it seem kind of random that a back injury just kind of pops up for the second half of the game? Yeah. I think Angel Reese just didn't want to play. She was mad about the suspension for the first half, which to be fair, if I was a player, I would be mad at it too. It's like either suspend me for the whole game, fine me, or don't. Half of a game is something that you do in a YMCA league, not a professional WNBA basketball league, especially to a starter. It's weird. Okay, it's very weird. It's not normally done in professional basketball. Now, there were also some clips going around of Angel Reese on the bench and just her interactions with her teammate. I'll tell you what, she didn't look happy the entire game. She really didn't look happy. You can see the look on her face. Normally, she's a lot more animated. She's up cheering, talking to her teammates. Ariel Atkins sits next to her. It doesn't look like they say a word to one another. And there were so many clips like this just circulating online. Her attitude, her demeanor was definitely different on the bench than it's been for this entire season. The ironic part about all of this is that Angel Reese was also suspended for the game against the Indiana Fever because she racked up her 8th technical foul. And once you get 8 techs in the WNBA, you're suspended for a game. So she didn't travel to Indiana. She didn't play against the Indiana Fever. And so a part of me wondered, maybe they just wanted Angel on the bench. Maybe the organization, the coach, everyone knew that she wasn't going to be playing for the entirety of the game. For whatever reason, they could make up whatever they want as to why she wouldn't play. But they just wanted her to be sitting on the bench. They didn't want her at home doing whatever, like totally disassociated from the team. Maybe the punishment enough was just to put her on the bench and kind of make her sit through a game that she clearly didn't want to be out. Now, the Chicago Sky have 2 more games this season. I highly doubt we will see Angel play in either one of those games. And it's honestly a shame because she was having a great season this year. She was having a better season than she did last year. It looked like she was improving in a lot of ways. There was a stretch of games that she was doing really well. She has been in and out with this back injury, but overall, Angel Reese has had a much more successful season individually this season than she did last. Now, the internet seems to be a little bit split on all of this. There's a section of the internet that is saying, free Angel, this organization sucks, get her out of there. Everything she said in that article.
No, she's trash, bro. Listen, man, no. She ain't no, and I'm still surprised the fact they call her a franchise player. How? Don't nothing about her say franchise. Nothing about her says franchise. I'm not putting my faith in her to carry me in this team. You crazy as hell. I'm not finna put her, nope. I'm not trusting her with the ball. I'm not trusting her to carry the team. No, she's not the carrying team type. She's not. She is a bona fide role player. Play your motherfucking role. You are the trash man. That's exactly what you are. You are the trash man. There ain't nothing elite about you. You are an average WNBA hooper. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Average in WNBA hooper. You are a trash player, meaning you are the trash man, meaning you get rebounds and you put them hoes back up. You set solid picks and you roll the point guard, hit you with the low pass, and you lay that joint up. I don't ever want to see you bringing the ball down the court trying to create a play because you don't know what you're doing. I don't want to, as soon as the ball get in your hands outside of the paint, you need to be passing that bitch immediately to a guard and posting up or setting the pick. That's what you need to be doing. And you need to be hustling back down the court and playing defense. Getting stops and getting rebounds. That's what you need to be doing. That's how you can become a phenomenal player. Fuck scoring. Don't even worry about scoring. Focus on doing the other things really fucking well. I'll give you this. Well, I mean, does she play hard? I guess so. I'll give it that. But play defense. Play defense. Focus on those things. Focus on getting rebounds. Focus on getting better at blocking out. Focus on being a great defender under the fucking basket. Don't worry about being a high scorer. Nobody's looking for you. I'm not looking for you to get a bucket for me. I'm not. I will shoot that bitch 10 times from the three-point line in transition before I pass you the ball. 1,000%. 1,000%. A genocide denier got sent to me. He's making as dangerous citizen. We not crowned for a gun promoter and anti-feminist. He promote miseducation for women and trade wives. Absolutely not. Nope, you're wrong. Wow. The hate is in your heart, ain't it? Jesus Christ. Religious pick me, women love. Yeah. You need to go figure that shit out. You need to go figure that out. I don't know what you talk about. I should have made you pay a super chat before I brought that shit up. That's stupid. You sound like you got a lot of hatred in your heart. Don't nobody deserve it, regardless if you disagree with them or not. Moving on.
Article was right. She just needs to get out of there. Everyone sucks. Her teammates don't even have her back, and they all are saying, like, get Angel out of there. And there's another segment of the internet that's saying every team that Angel goes to, there's some sort of locker room thing that happened. There's some sort of issue that goes down between Angel and her teammates and her coach, and they're bringing up stuff from college where she was suspended at LSU. They're just bringing up other things. So the internet is very divided on this, and I think that two things can be true. I think one, what Angel said in that interview was things, there might have been some truth into the things that she was saying. However, you can't say those things out loud. You especially can't say those things out loud to the media during season. The things that she said definitely made it seem like she was putting her teammates down and acting like she was better than her teammates and like she needed better players. And the only one she really protected in that interview was Camila Cardoso. And so I think she was wrong in that. How much grace her team gives her after that is totally up to them. I wouldn't expect her teammates to necessarily have her back if they felt like they were thrown under the bus. A player like Ariel Atkins had been one who has defended Angel Reese all season. And then if you read between the lines on some of the things that Angel said, I mean, Ariel Atkins has a right to feel a type of way about the things that she said. Now, there's also some truth to the fact that the Chicago Sky organization seems like a mess. It seems very messy there. It doesn't seem like they can get it together from front office down. There's a lot going on. But Angel Reese is also only a second-year player in the WNBA. We've seen stuff like this happen in the NBA, like Jimmy Butler has basically sat out for most of a season because he didn't want to be in Miami anymore. But Jimmy Butler did this later on in his career when he had a lot of accolades and a lot of wins under his belt to be able to do this. James Harden has also been one who's been defiant when he doesn't want to play for certain teams. And neither of these guys get put under the greatest spotlight. But the difference is like these players did it a little bit later on in their career, not their second year in the league. This is Angel Reese's second year in the league, and this is the second year in a row that the team hasn't made playoffs. They haven't been a winning team. And I will say during the offseason, the Chicago Sky, they made a lot of moves.
What kind of moves they made? What kind of moves did they make? Because I don't see no difference. They still trash. Angel Reese ain't no better.
Brought in different players, and so
she's a part of that. She ain't making no chains over there. And ain't nobody following her.
Say that they didn't do anything, I don't think is fair to them also. They brought in a new coach. I know Angel was a huge fan of Teresa Witherspoon, like she didn't want her to go, but I would probably say that she has played her last game as a Chicago Sky member. Now, Rachel Bannum was asked about this and she said, I think I just don't really care. I'm so over all of this crap. If I was younger, it would have affected me, but I'm grown and I just don't care. So she just kind of dismissed it. Courtnee Vandersloot was asked about it as well. And Courtnee Vandersloot essentially said, contrary to what other people might think or what other people might have said, my age doesn't have any indication of if I will be coming back, I will be coming back. But overall, definitely a messy situation going on in Chicago. And it just kind of caps off the year from hell that the WNBA is having and that they're having with two of their biggest stars, with Caitlin kind of being out the whole season, Angel having a great season and then going down with injury and then having all of these problems with the organization. So there's been a lot of, there's unfortunately.
That's what I'm saying. How are you going to compare Angel Reese to a James Harden or a Jimmy Butler? Last time I checked, those two actually carried their teams to a playoff. And they were the main guys. They were the top dogs on their team. I don't know what the hell going on.
Actually been a lot of lowlights this season. But one more thing, you guys, before I let you go, I do want to talk about this clip that was picking up some steam online. And that was the clip from the Sue Bird podcast where they were talking about Paige and maybe why she doesn't have as much attention or fans as Caitlin Clark or hype as Caitlin Clark. And I'm just going to react to this really quick. A lot of you have been asking me to talk about it.
But do you think Paige should be more popular? What do you think is contributing to really this? Popular. I think she's really popular too, but like in a different, no, I think it's kind of way. I think what I would say that I'm noticing that's lacking for not just Paige, honestly, everyone in the WNBA, including Caitlin. I know she's not playing right now. It's like, where is the more? So we all know there's like the media coverage pie that we only had 4% at one point. Now it's up to 15, 16%, which is great. And now it's like, we're all wanting more. We're wanting to be 20%, 25%. And I think at times when people say Paige should have more, they think that means taking away from Caitlin. And it doesn't. Caitlin deserves everything she gets, and Paige deserves more, and Angel Reese deserves more, and Asia, and Fee, and.
Yeah. No, they don't. No, they don't. And no, they don't. And no, they don't. Absolutely not. The reason why y'all want... I ain't gonna talk about it.
Don't get a friend.
Oh shit! Come on, Tony Robbins.
Specific to Paige, you might argue her popularity and the people that are fans of her has been underrated, which shocks me. And I think people forgot how popular and how engaging Paige is and how people are drawn to her. She should be followed and covered.
Let's be real. Can we be honest for a second? Who following Paige? What demographic of people are following Paige? I want to know. Versus the demographic of people that's actually following Caitlin Clark. What group of people are following Paige versus the group of people that are following Caitlin Clark? The reason is because everybody loves Caitlin Clark. Not to say that, I ain't seen Paige shoot from 30 feet. But here's the thing, though. But she's a whole. But the thing is, not only that, she's a quiet. Like she does it. She's a wholesome name. Not a wholesome name. What you call it? Yeah, wholesome name. She's heterosexual. Everybody loves her. She's a sweetheart off the court. But when she on the court, she a dog. She talk her talk. She gained all that popularity from Iowa. And then it carried on into the WNBA, which is why sales went up, which is why jersey sales went up because of Caitlin Clark, not because no fucking Angel Reese. As much, yeah, I keep, man, y'all, and look, y'all be holding me down. Because I said a wholesome name, it's a household name. Y'all be holding me down. I appreciate it. I ain't gonna always get it right. I'm only human. But she don't have that much pull as Caitlin Clark does, Angel Reese. Nor does Paige does. Paige has a following, absolutely, but I think there's a certain demographic that follow her, so that's why they feel as if Paige needs to have more. And no, you're right. It ain't gonna take away from Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark is Caitlin Clark. People gonna love who they love, right? But I don't think that she's gonna have the notoriety that Caitlin does. Everybody loves Caitlin. 100%. Yeah, Paige went to UConn. Yeah, she's supposed to be good. Nobody. Yup. It's kind of like Kirk. It's kind of like Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry came out of Davidson. Even though his dad was in the NBA, he came out of Davidson. And then nobody heard about Stephen Curry until the Sweet 16 when he was out there going crazy. That's when everybody started to follow him. And then once he got into the NBA, they continued to follow him. And then over the years, he continued to get better and 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 better. And now he's one of the greatest to ever do it. And it's the same thing. And so when people saw Caitlin Clark pulling that bitch from 35, 40 feet off the dribble, they was like, oh shit, we got a female Curry in here. When you look at Paige, yeah, she may have scored 40 points or so, but it's not giving me anything. It's not, this girl here is electric. That's like a nigga who scored 40 points, but he got it from all layups and free throws. It's like, nigga, that ain't impressive to me. That ain't exciting to me. You just got motherfucking free throws and goddamn layups. They don't do nothing for me. It's not exciting. Go and pull that hoe from 40 feet. Cross a bitch up, spin off of it, and do a fucking reverse. Come here. Let me get that. And then talk shit in her face. Yeah, motherfucker, I'm here. Give a bitch a tween, boom, a step back, and then pull that bitch up off a fade. Knock that hoe down off a mid-range. Now we talking. Now you giving me some excitement. Because you can't dunk. So it all gotta be skill moves. You gotta be breaking ankles all fucking day. Let me get that step back, between the legs, step back, and then behind the back, and then pull back again from the 3-point and let that whole ride. And then just turn around like Stephen Curry, run down the court, and that bitch go in. Guarantee motherfuckers gonna be on your head. They gonna be looking at you like, oh my God. When you start to see women doing that, I guarantee you them views gonna go up. I guarantee you everybody gonna be watching and be like, ooh, I want to see what she finna do. She got this bitch cooking. But if you're going down this bitch shooting air balls on the mid-range, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable on every level, especially as a pro player. That's unacceptable. I would prefer you to shoot an air ball at a free throw than on a mid-range. 100%. As a fact, I might be backwards, but I would prefer you shoot an air ball at the free throw line than at the guy than during the mid range. 100%. Courtnee Edgar was trying to make an honest woman out. I forget to call her a wholesome woman. Hey man, I couldn't find the words. Bro. So I just said, fuck it, I'm going with it. I'm gonna rock with it, wholesome. But she is wholesome. For as far as we know, she got a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? She heterosexual. People don't like her because of that. That's what I'm hearing. They're trying to make the whole WNBA. They're trying to make it the whole ABC community thing. That's what I'm seeing. What's the first career highlight that comes to mind? Man, listen, to be honest with you, the first one comes to mind is at Davidson. When he went the fuck off, he had several highlights. I watched that Sweet 16 live. Boy, he went the fuck off. I was like, nigga. I forgot who he was playing against, though. It was his first game. He started, because I think, was it his first game? It was either first or second game. I think LeBron was there too watching it. But he went the fuck off. Shaq would have averaged 50 if he could hit a free throw. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. That would have been easy work. Barbecue, as Shaq would say, barbecue chicken. But then again, they might not foul him as much. True. Because they don't foul him, then he gets the dunk. Yep. Yeah, it was George. Okay, yeah, it was Georgetown. Boy, he went off. You hit
in a way that is similar to what we saw with Caitlyn, because that's how popular she is.
Yeah.
It's not to compare them, and it's not to diminish Caitlyn. That's not what it's about.
Right.
It's just about talking about Paige. I think it was undervalued, underrated.
My initial reaction to this is, again, the bar is Caitlyn. Every time you're talking about another player or their popularity or their fans or their anything, the bar is Caitlyn.
Yep.
So if the bar is Caitlyn, then that's the person who's clearly the most popular across the board. She talks about her needing more or her being covered like Caitlyn. I would argue that Paige has been covered like Caitlyn this season. And Paige is a very popular player. But the difference is that Caitlyn brought in the casual fans. We've talked about this a million times. There's something very special and very entertaining and very unique about Caitlyn's game. And everybody wants to bring in everything else besides the basketball. It's the basketball first. The basketball is the main reason that Caitlyn became as popular as she is now.
Nope, it is not. No, it's not. I gotta call a spade a spade. Nope, bullshit. That's not why. That is not why. How many women have we seen playing basketball? Caitlin Clark is not the start of basketball. No, she's not. But the reason is because she's doing something different that most of those WNBA players weren't doing. She's shooting that bitch from 35 feet in your face and knocking them down. And she get in your face at first when she was doing this. But then everybody got mad. And then it became a race thing because Angel Reese came out. She was like. And then the following season, they got their ass busted. Then she started talking about crime. Oh, it's just the hate crime and all the things that I have to go through, especially as a black woman. You don't understand what I have to go through. No, nigga, take your L. Take your L. Hold it. Wear it with pride. Don't nobody want to hear you crying. Because when Caitlyn lost, she just walked off the court. She was pissed. She walked off the court, though. So when you start to see something special, it's kind of like when you look at players, you know they're gonna be special. Give you an example. Kevin Durant. This nigga a 7-footer out here dribbling like a point guard and pulling that bitch. That's something special. That's different. When you see a LeBron James, 6'8", 6'9", whichever one you want to call it, 250 plus pounds, this nigga's like a freight train, fast as shit, can jump out the goddamn gym, can shoot, dunk, fly, play defense, all of that. That's something special. That's different. That shit's different. When you see a 6'3" Stephen Curry come through and he builds his game up, and he doing crazy things. This nigga just shooting everything up every time the ball leave his hand. You like, God damn, he made the fucking shot. That's just how crazy his shot was. Anytime he left his hand, you like, oh, that went in. And it's a surprise when he missed it. That's crazy to me. That's the difference. When you look at Angel Reese play, there's nothing there. There's no, oh shit, I gotta see what she finna do next. I gotta see. When you see Paige, it ain't no, oh, I gotta see what she finna do next. I gotta see what she's gonna do next. You don't say that. You don't. So that's why she ain't get. That's why she didn't got the looks. That's why she don't have the publicity or the viewership or whatever, the popularity as much as Caitlyn does. That's why. Once you start to get more women who play like that and they got this special thing about them, guarantee people are gonna follow. 1000%.
It's the basketball first. As much as everybody wants to make excuses that it's all of these other things, it's because of where she came from, what she looks like,
yeah, facts.
It's the basketball first. It's very exciting to see people step 2 feet over half court, launch it, and make it. Those are the kind of things that Caitlyn was doing in college. Caitlyn also went to Iowa. She took Iowa to back-to-back national championships, and Paige played at UConn. Everybody knows that there's going to be great players at UConn. It's not as exciting as a whole for UConn to win a national championship when they've done it so many times. UConn's always going to have a strong fan base. They're always going to have great players coming out of UConn. Some of the best WNBA players ever have come from UConn. It's a more exciting story when a team from Iowa who hadn't been to the Elite Eight, Final Four, national championship, all of these things, they get taken there, and they get taken there because of one person who's putting up 40 and who's shooting from 2 feet in front of half court. You can't push things. What I'm trying to say is the fans create the hype. The fans create the hype. The fans, if you can cover something as much as you possibly want, and I know from the views on my TikToks and different things, I talk about a ton of different players.
And also as well, too, not only that about being special, but you also have to look at it from a standpoint of what's more marketable. What's more marketable? Somebody who came from UConn, like they said, somebody who came from UConn or somebody who came from Iowa. You don't hear too many people coming from Iowa. There's a story. There's a story there. There's a storyline behind that. Look at all the greats. There was always a story behind them. There's always a story that come with it. Michael Jordan, he got cut from his JV team. LeBron James, I'm just a kid from Akron, bro. I ain't even supposed to be here. When you start to look at things like that, it's different. So therefore, it's a bigger story. You don't know Angel Reese's backstory, but then her game don't match it if she did. So she ain't that marketable in that sense. Yeah, they try to make her marketable in that aspect because she's a black woman and they gotta look out for the black girls. I get it, whatever. But Caitlin Clark from Iowa. Don't nobody know nobody from Iowa. And she out here doing what she doing. Playing the way that she playing. This girl here kind of different. Interesting. She got a backstory too. Yeah, we done seen the Iowas. We done seen nah. She from Iowa. Don't nobody know about Iowa. She put Iowa on the map. That's a great marketing. Right? That's great for marketing. Bet. That's who we going with. Why not? And plus the fans too, because everybody was loving it. Everybody was like, damn, who the fuck is this girl from Iowa out here doing what she doing? It's crazy work. Miss scoring 30 and 40 fucking points. Shooting that bitch. Shooting that bitch like a dude.
Players. Everybody's like, why you always talk about Caitlyn? Well, you probably saw the video where I was talking about Caitlyn because that one has 10 times the amount of views, probably 15 times the amount of views than the one where I was talking about another player. I can't force you guys to watch what you don't want to watch. Right. I think Paige has gotten a lot of coverage. I think a lot of the mainstream media have called it out in other videos. The mainstream media talks a lot about, oh, they need more coverage. They need more coverage. You're covering Paige by comparing her to Caitlyn. So you're covering Paige at the same time as you're essentially covering Caitlyn, and you're creating a conversation around the bar that is Caitlyn. Does that make sense, you guys? And it's like, I get it. This clip for them had a lot of engagement, more engagement than a lot of their other clips. And if they would have only been talking about Paige just by herself, it wouldn't have gotten the kind of engagement that it did. But Caitlyn's the bar, and she's been the bar, and she's been the bar because of basketball first. And I'm just tired. I'm tired of the, well, why? Why is she getting more coverage? People just talk about her more, whether she's playing, whether she's not playing. Like, people just talk about her a lot, and people want to see her play. And also, it doesn't take anything away from Paige. Paige has a great game. Paige is a great basketball player. Paige will get Rookie of the Year this year, and she deserves it. Objectively, she's not as exciting to watch as Caitlyn for the majority. Right. some people might think she's way more exciting to watch because she does all these shifty moves. She has kind of like a Kyrie type of handle. Some people like a mid-range game. So objectively, there's a portion of fans who think Paige is more exciting, but the majority would prefer to watch Caitlyn. And we see that just from the numbers. Like, you guys, I'm just talking factually here. Take your feelings out for 1 second. Just like put them to the side.
Yeah. At the end of the day, is Caitlyn. At the end of the day, it's Caitlyn. They trying to look, Jason Whitlock said it. They trying to push for Paige to be the face of the WNBA. They trying to push for it. Yeah, she went there. They went kind of overboard with the Kyrie handles. That's wild work. That's mad disrespectful. You're not finna do that. Kyrie? Nah. Nope, you ain't finna do that to me. No, you're not. You're not finna do it. We ain't finna play that game. We not about to play that game. But yeah, they tripping. I think they got an agenda they trying to push. They want Paige to be the face of the WNBA, because of the ABC community for the most part. And they trying to push Caitlin Clark out. They trying to phase her out. They thought they was gonna be able to do it with Angel Reese, but Angel Reese, she ain't living up to that hype. What you mean? Could Caitlyn look like a trans? I mean, yeah, she got strong facial features. She got strong facial features, but she a heterosexual woman though. She got a whole boyfriend. She got a whole fella over there. But they trying to make Paige the one because Paige is actually on that side. She's actually an ABC community member. So they trying to make her the face. So they gonna find every which way to try to push that narrative, but it ain't working. Too many people rocking with Caitlyn. Too many people. The only way for it not to happen with Caitlyn is if Caitlyn just become an entire bust. Become a entire bust. Yeah, that's true too, Jay. That's true too. More like Cameron Payne for real. So yeah. But it is what it be though. But as far as Angel Reese go, man, she need to get her shit together. She need to start worrying about what the hell. She need to continue working on her game. She need to shut her mouth. She need to be quiet, stop talking, and play ball and get better. That's what she need to focus on. She don't need to be worried about nothing else that's going on in the media. You ain't got no room to talk about, well, if we ain't gonna make no changes, then I think this is gonna be my last round. Bitch, you only been here 2 years. If you want to hoop, get better. Focus on that. Don't worry about you. You ain't got that kind of pull yet. Relax. Ain't nobody checking for you. Ain't nobody gonna want you. Ain't nobody looking for you. Go on. Sit down somewhere, little girl. Sit down somewhere. But yeah, it is what it be though. But listen, man, tonight was dope. Tonight was great. Again, prayers go out to Charlie Kirk's family. Still seeing a lot of posts, people talking about how this man was racist and shit like that. But again, a lot of people never listen to this man talk. They only hear talking points. They only hear clips and shit, and then they make their judgment based off of that. And that's the shit that pisses me off a lot because again, I've made a lot of content on Charlie Kirk, and I've listened to a lot of the debates that he's had. I haven't heard anything racist, but I heard him stand on business in regards to what he believes in regards to being traditional, godly man and all those different things. So the shit that these people talk about, they just want to find a reason to hate somebody. All these people got hate in their fucking heart. That's what it is. And the only person that's going to be able to save them is God and themselves. Straight up. That's a fact. If Caitlyn starts playing, the WNBA will go back to what it was for the first. Yep, exactly. Coach, they might as well file bankruptcy if it happens. Yeah, facts. They might as well. If that happens, they might as well go ahead and file. Unless Juju come in that thing and she do wonders. That's the only thing that's gonna have to happen. That's the only thing that's going. She gonna have to change the game. That's what's gonna have to happen if that were to happen. So, but yeah, man. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy today, man. I thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. And so, until next time, my good people, I will see y'all. I'll holla.